Ay, magandang, sorry. Sorry, wait. Ayan, magandang hapon po sa lahat po nanonood ng Litrato Philippines sa araw po ng Lunes, no? Tawag dito, February 20. Ayan, oo, at sa lahat po nagtatanong sa akin, no, at sa ating mga kaibigan, tawag dito, kung sino daw yung guest natin ngayon. Sabi ko po, may special guest ako mamaya. Abangan nyo yan. Pero bago tayo mag-umpisa, inimbitan muna namin kayo manood ng programa ni Litrato Philippines. Papapanood nyo kami ng live by Sky Cable Channel 224 at sa lahat po ng TV boxes and DTT boxes nationwide. At syempre, mapapakinggan nyo rin po kami sa aming kalapitan, DCRJ 10 AM, at sa aming mga social media account, facebook.com/DCRJ10am, at ang aming YouTube channel, DCRJ 10 AM, Radyo Bandido. Ayan, may kita nyo, sa kabila. Yan, Radyo Bandido. Ganda ng uniform namin, ano? Ayan, at syempre, meron din po kaming TikTok account, DCRJ 10 AM, at meron din po kaming app. So kung nasa ibang bansa po kayo at you want to share, no, our live to your friends or fellow Filipino people, you can share the apps, Sima apps and Radio Garden app via iOS and Android, so that they can listen to our live show during their work days, no? I mean, work time, no? At even ito kasi Monday to Friday ang ating programa, except Tuesday, no? We'll be just giveaway for tawag dito, payong legal, no? Sa Buhay at Patas, no? Kasamang attorney Nica de Vega and Carlo Nicolas, no? So, ayun po yung isa sa mga paborito kong programa rin dito sa DZRD. Kaya dun po sa may mga problema po sa mga, ayan, sabi may mga batas-batas po, o meron kayong mga hindi po nyo alam tungkol sa mga law at meron kayong katanungan, for free, no? O kasi magtatanong kayo sa lawyer, may consultation fee na yan, no? O professional fee. Dito, libre, no? Pwede po kayo magtanong live, no? O, at magandang opportunity yun, at least kahit paano matutulungan po tayo ng ating mga kaibigan na mga lawyer, no? Sikat na lawyer. Anyway, no? Bago tayo natin ipakilala ang ating guest, meron po muna tayong report, no? Mula sa ating kaibigan, no? Na si Sir Edwin Moreno. Getaway. Kasi gateway nakasulat dito eh. Getaway vehicle ng mga gunman ni Vice Mayor Alameda. Natagpuan na. Ito, no, mula sa ayon kay Lieutenant Colonel Soriano. Pakinggan natin report ni Sir Edwin Moreno. Sir Edwin, magandang hapon po.
Isang sunog na Mitsubishi Adventure na pinaliwalang getaway vehicle ng mga gunman ni Cagayan Vice Mayor Romel Alameda at 5 kasama nito ang natagpuan ng mga otoridad sa ERC Road, Puro 3, Barangay Udyawan, Solano, Nueva Vizcaya. Takong alas 4 kanina ng madaling araw, ipinagbigay alam ni Punong Barangay GC de los Reyes ang pagkakatagpo sa sunog na sasakyang Mitsubishi Adventure na kulay puti at walang plaka. Sinabi ni Lieutenant Colonel Saturnino Soriano, Public Information Officer ng PRO2, sa inyong lingkod, posibleng ito na ang sasakyan ng mga gunman na sinunog bago inabandona at tinanggal ang plaka. Natagpuan ang sasakyan di kalayuan sa Udyawan National High School. Nabatid pa sa opisyal bago natagpuan ang sunog na sasakyan. Nakarinig pa umano ng mga putok ng baril sa lugar ang mga residente. Ako si Edwin Moreno, gulat sa DCRJ 10 Mang Radyo Bandido TV.
Maraming salamat kasamang Edwin Moreno. Yan, sa mga panahon ngayon talaga, no, meron pang mga ganyan, no? At medyo dapat po talaga mag-ingat-ingat tayo mga guys, no? Kasi sa panahon ngayon, ang dami pong pasaway, no? At ako man, no, minsan kami po pag lumalabas din po, nag-iingat-ingat din po kami kasi nga sa panahon ngayon, mahirap po talagang tawag dito, magkaroon ng chances, no, yung mga masasamang loob, no? That is why kami, no, bilang magkakaibigan, no, nagtutulungan din anytime and then, no, pag kami lalabas, sinasabi namin, saan tayo pupunta, nag-share kami ng location namin para in case may mangyari sa masama, may nakakala. And ay pakilala natin nating guest. Actually, to be honest, no, this is the first time, no, na meron akong na-interview na swimmer, no. Before, ang na-interview ko, taekwondo, no. For this time, Nung SEA Games, ha? Oo. And ngayon, SEA Games, again, speaking of SEA Games, no, we do have a representative from the Philippines, no? This one, no, I definitely, medyo may hirapan lang tayo. No? I hope nakakaintindi siya ng Tagalog, but it's okay, no, kung sakaling hindi. But definitely, I'm sure, no, she will be happy for that. If ever, no, I have an opportunity to know him better. Anyway, no, let's introduce him. He was born in December 10, no, 1998 in California, USA, no? And he has a born with an American father and a Filipina mother, born in Quezon City, no? So 𝗟𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗽𝗶 siya, guys, no? Philippine, actually, no, he grew, no, I think in US, America, actually, wait, and came to the United States. So, she knows how to speak Tagalog. Or maybe she can understand Tagalog, no? Because at the age of 13, she goes in US and as a US-based swimmer as well, no? He has a younger brother. Jarrod has a younger brother named Jacob Hatch, no? Later we'll just ask his age. I'm sorry. And She is also US-based swimmer, no? Started swimming at when she was 10 years old, maybe in the Philippines itself, and simply try another sport on top of baseball and karate. He decided to become a competitive swimmer at the age of 12 and dropped both baseball and karate to focus on swimming, which turned out to be the right decision as he has one of the top recruits of the class 2021 in the men's D1 swimming landing spot at the University of California Berkeley men's swimming team. No? Gerald accolades all at 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗶𝗽𝗶, our NCAA Team Championship 2019, PAC 12 Team Championship 2016, 2019, 2020, 2021, and CSCAA Scholar All-American Honorable Mention in 2018 and 2019. No? He graduated from 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗶𝗽𝗃 in 2021 with a degree of American Studies. No? Looking back at an international career, he made his debut in a major international competition in 2018 as a part of Philippine team for the 2018 Pan-Pacific Swimming Championship in Tokyo, Japan. No? He swam his signature at 100-meter butterfly event and set his first national swimming record with 54, no? 0.75 on 11 of August 2018. New record erased at the 5 years old record 55.8 set by Jessie Nakuna in 2013-27 SEA Games in Myanmar. Jarrod has set his record multiple times since then, no? And still currently hold a record of 53.06 he clocked in 2021's Speedo Summer Championship in Irvine, USA. Jarrod holds the other Philippine national team records on December 6, 2019, and he anchored the Philippine men's 4x100 free relay with Luke GB, no? 𝗟𝗶𝘶𝗶𝗽𝗃𝗀𝗃 and Maurice Sacho Ilustre, no? Old record, with silver winning time of 3.22.32 at 2019 30th SEA Games in the New Clark City, breaking a 10-year old record. Then just on 18 February 2023 on 23rd 32 SEA Games national tryouts in New Clark City. Philippine swimming community witnessed him as a set of the national record in the 50-meter butterfly not once but twice. He swam at 24.27 top speed time at prelims that broke a 38-month record of 24.30% by Luke GB. No? Then this is final swim. The said Philippine national tryout, he broke his own record, 24.27 to a gold winning time of 23.96, earning him a QTA time for the 32 second SEA Games, no, in Cambodia this coming May 2023, along with his 50-meter and 100-meter butterfly events. Gerald training swim 50-meter and 100 free events for the 32 second SEA Games in Cambodia. He currently holds top time in the 100 meter free. No, our guest for today, no other than our national athlete and a Philippine representative for swimming, Mr. Jarrod Hatch. Did I mention it right, Jarrod?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. You look so pogi, ah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, can you understand Tagalog as well?
I know when I'm in trouble with my mom, but that's something that I need. That's something that I need to work on, and something that I'm not proud of. But I got a lot of things I need to work on, but that's definitely at the top of the list.
Anyway, aside from I mentioned your introduction, do you have anything you want to share with us? I mean, try to introduce yourself in some way that I didn't mention.
Yeah. So I'm Jared Hatch. And my mom was born here in the Philippines. She speaks and understands Tagalog. I live with my Lolo. My Lolo lives with us. So I grew up with them, both my household. My dad is half black, half white. So I'm half Filipino, quarter white, quarter black. And I started swimming when I was about 10 years old. So the bio was correct. I'm happy that that everything was right in that bio.
Oh, sorry for my English. Not that fluent. Actually, I was planning to have Miss Marjorie with me, to help me out. But unfortunately, it's too short for me to notice her. That's why I tried myself to interview you. I hope it was going to be good. No, I mean, I have a lot of interview before from international beauty queen, but maybe I'm sorry if my English not that really good, no. But
No, don't apologize. You're doing much better than I would. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I have a question here regarding this one. When do you decided or decided to take this sport, and why? Because there's a lot of opportunity to take on particular sports like basketball. I think you're tall. How tall are you?
6'3".
Oh, 6'3". You may be forward, something like that. You can
probably a guard like Steph Curry. I think I'm Steph Curry's height.
Yeah,
but I can't play basketball.
But in Philippine basketball, you can play forward on that height. No, in NBA, I think it's guard. No, but definitely, you can be able to love the basketball with your height. But why did you choose swimming among that? Like you mentioned that you want to you play also baseball and what the other one? The karate. Yeah, the karate, the taekwondo, to be exact, right?
Yeah, it was mixed martial arts, so a lot of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, can I ask why did you choose swimming among the other sports that you have?
So I was originally, I always wanted to be in the MLB. I always wanted to be a professional baseball player growing up. And I remember when I was getting swim lessons as a kid, I was born and raised in San Francisco, and my swim instructor always said for me to join the swim team. And I always told my mom, "You need to join a swim team. You need to join a swim team." And I was like, "No, I don't want to join a swim team," because I always saw the speedos, and I was like, "I don't want to wear the speedos. Those are too small.
Too small.
I want to play baseball." And we moved when I was about 10 years old, and they had a swim team out there. And my mom saw, and she goes, "I want you to try out for this team. I just see how it goes." And I said, "Okay, fine, I'll try it out." I think she bribed me with a video game or something, and um, and we tried it out. And the very first tryout, I had an asthma attack, and I got out of the pool, and I was yelling at my mom. I was cursing her out as a 10-year-old, like, "Oh, I hate you. You wanted to kill me, mom. You wanted to kill me. Like I almost died in there." And eventually she bribed me again, and I kept swimming for a couple more months, and I realized I was pretty good at it. But I dropped baseball and karate after one of my meets when I was 12 years old. I got last in my heat, and I was so angry because I was so used to winning all the time that I said, "Okay, I'm quitting everything else and I'm focusing only on swimming." And ever since then, I've been taking swimming as serious as you can, and now I'm here. Now I'm here talking to you. So it all turned out pretty.
Yes. Actually, that is so good, no, for you. Actually, I saw that you already trained at Clark City, no? I already been there at the last SEA Games. I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
During that time, no, that it was too far, no, to run, no. When, to be honest, no, when I see your record, it's 50, no, new record. This is so amazing. Actually, I told it to my friend from PT before, and they are also interested to interview you. No, after my interview as well. No, I told them that I will interview you first. Maybe some of them are watching right now. To see how good looking are you. No, because I don't have any close up photos of you earlier. That is why I send them when you are you have we have a photo while doing your practice, no?
Mhm.
And then they send me a photos just like you have a new set of records around um 23.96, no?
Yes.
For 50 meter. Actually, this is it's too long, no? How did you make it for 50 meter 23.96 butterfly record? I think this is will be probably a winning record, no? For SEA Game, hopefully.
Hopefully it'll get me up there. Like never satisfied. I always can you can always be a little better. One day
Yes.
at a time. And I'm hoping by the time SEA Games comes, I'm ready to get up on that podium.
Mm-mm. Anyway, can I ask? I do know. Do you have a as an athlete? I do remember I have a interview before with taekwondo player, no, who will represent our country as well. No, their training is so hard. No, that's why I asked some question regarding your daily exercise and for you to be more athletic in this sport because some people no during not in their training actually some of my friends who represent in Philippine team they have I think 3 times training a week, no, and during the some days that they don't have a training sometimes they spend a jogging or sometimes a walk, 30-minute walk, or sometimes they go to the gym. How about you? How did you do during the time that you don't have a training?
I like to lift about three times a week. My coach has me lift weights. And I think ever since college is when I started to really have lift more and get stronger. But now that I live in Orange County, California, which is Southern California, I've been
Mhm.
surfing a good amount too. So on my time away from swimming, I'm still swimming, and I think that really helps out a lot. But
Mhm.
definitely, lifting is probably the most exercise I do when I'm not practicing in the water. I enjoy it a lot. It's really fun for me, and it's just like swimming. It's you can always be better at Olympic lifting, and I just really enjoy improving myself every day in any area of my life that I have.
How about the food diet? I don't know you have a food diet on you.
Uh, when I'm good, I have a pretty good diet. I like to think that I'm pretty good on my diet. I'm not vegetarian or vegan or anything. I just make sure I'm putting the right stuff in my body. So I try to have as much salad as I can have. I make sure to have a lot more chicken or white meat than I do red meat. Not as much fast food. It's nothing super strict, but if I have a burger or something the day before meet, I will feel it. Or if I have like fried chicken or something right before practice, I will feel it. So I really try to put the best things I can in my body to make sure that I'm ready to go and perform, whether it's training, whether it's before meet, whether it's during meet, or even after meet. Last night I got home from 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗿𝗶𝗀𝘍 after my meet, and I had chicken and pasta and rice because I know that my body is it's in recovery mode right now after a long weekend of competing, and I try to put the best things I can to make sure that I'm ready to train this next week. I always want to build upon what I have going and not take a step back just because I saw some success this weekend.
Okay. Anyway, before we continue our interview, we'll just let one reporter also to report, is lead Amy, kinwestiyon ang COMELEC kung bakit automated ang barangay election ngayon 2023 at hindi manual. Pakinggan natin report ni kasamang Jojo Sikat. Sir Jojo, magandang hapon.
Kinuwestiyon ni Senadora 𝗣𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗽𝗶𝗀, Chair ng Committee on Electoral Reforms and People's Participation, ang Commission on Elections ay sinagawang pagdinig sa Senado kung bakit gagawing automated election ang nalapit nitong barangay at sangguniang kabataan election. Ayon dito kay Senadora Marcos, bakit biglang gagawing automated election kung saan sanay na aniya ang taong bayan sa manual o mano-manong eleksyon tuwing halalang pambarangay. Aniya tiyak na may panibagong karagdagang gastusin ito, lalo na sa mga barangay na malalaki ang populasyon tulad ng lungsod ng Quezon City.
Kung bakit automated bigla ang pinilot test dito sa barangay at SK elections, ang pagkaintindi natin, manual to. Kaya biglang bakit automated? Ang pagkaalam ko, magko-cost benefit analysis kung kakayanin para sa mga malalaking barangay tulad sa Quezon City at iba pa kung saan halos kalahating milyon, tama ba? Kung minsan ang botante.
Paliwanag naman ni COMELEC Chairman Attorney George Garcia na 100% na silang handa sa barangay at SK election sa October 30, 2023. Katunayan aniya, ngayong araw pa lamang ay nakapag-imprenta na sila ng 86.59% na balota para sa mga regular voters sa barangay election at 90.62% sa sangguniang kabataan. Umaasa naman aniya si Garcia na matatapos ang imprenta ng balota bago matapos ang buwan ng Pebrero. Sa kabila nito, aminado naman si Garcia na hindi pa sila nagsisimula sa training ng mga guro para sa automated election sa barangay at SK election dahil sa naunang pagpapaliban ng halalan noong nakarang taon na dapat sanang isinagawa noong December 5, 2022.
As far as the COMELEC is concerned, we are almost 100% prepared for the barangay and SK election of October 30, 2023. As of today, we were able to print 86.59%. I repeat, 86.59% of the ballots for the regular voters. And as far as the sangguniang kabataan, we were able to print, as of today, 90.62% of all the ballots for the SK. And so,
ako, si Jojo Sikat, nag-uulat para sa DCRJ 10 AM, ang Radyo Bandido TV.
Maraming salamat, Sir Jojo Sikat, okay, let's continue our question for our guest for today. Actually, we do still have a lot of questions left, and here's one. What is the hardest part of your training? I do know that in every training that you have, especially in the Philippine team, there's a lot of things that sometimes some athletes cannot take it easy, So which one is the hardest part for you during the training day?
I think for me, in order to get better, I need to make every single part of my training hard, whether that's being more, as we call it, intricate on the small details, making sure that I'm present and I'm making sure that I'm taking care of what I need to. Never really, because there's a lot of things that you can really just get through easily, but
Yeah.
you don't get better that way. So I try to make every single thing hard in any way that I can. But I'd say, besides that, the hardest part of training is the days that I don't want to train. You know, there are days where I'm tired and I don't want to go to
Really?
or
You
it's
done that? You done that?
yeah. There are days where I do not want to go, but I think the hardest part is getting into that mindset and being okay. I need to go to practice, and then still being able to be on top of what I need to do. And I really feel like that's how you get better because on the days that you're motivated and you want to get up and train and you want to get up and race, those days are so much easier because you've gone through the days where you absolutely didn't want to do it at all and you still did it. And so I'd say that's probably the hardest part for me.
Actually, the 50 meters is around, is it? That's that 23 seconds, something like that. That's your record, right? That is too fast, no? Even in the land, I can run it to the 50 meters for 23 seconds. And going back through, no? Actually, no, that is the hardest part, no? And maybe someday, no? I hope we can have a goal for this, no? And then praying for that. That's the Philippines can have a goal from you, no? Not only, no, after this, maybe sometimes, no, maybe you'll also want to represent our country for Olympics. That's right.
I mean, that's the goal. I would be absolutely honored and I would love to. But that's something that I need to work on. I need to work for. It's not just going to be handed to me, and I look forward to having that challenge in front of me.
I hope your coach watching right now, no, maybe they consider you, no, someday, no, to represent our country for Olympic game, no. And I have a question also regarding this one, no, and actually, you know, regarding about the training, you know, and then after that, of course, like I asked regarding Olympics, do you have in mind there's something that your aim or your achievement that you are trying to get? No, actually, this, for example, this year, 2023, what's your aim and achievement?
I'd say short term, I definitely want a medal at SEA Games. But I think the bigger picture for me is I want to swim as long as I can,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I'm happy and enjoying it. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
in this sport, it's very you get lost sometimes because every day you're just going to the pool and swimming and looking at a black line at the bottom of the pool for 2 hours, and
Yeah.
it can really do some damage on your mental health. And I think that because I don't know if you know, but I retired in 2021 because I just was not happy. I thought I was done forever, and I took the time off, and I realized who I was besides Jared the swimmer and Jared the person. And now I promised myself when I came back that I would make sure that no matter how much I swim, I always have to make sure that I'm okay first, and then I can make sure I'm still swimming. So I think the long-term goal for me is just to swim for as long as I can, represent this country at the highest level that I can, all while staying true to myself and being the best version of myself for my family and myself. And
Anyway,
supporters as well. Sorry.
anyway, it's okay. Anyway, can I ask, speaking of happiness, no, that you were saying about, did you, and fun, of course, no, did you already take some, visit in some place in Philippines that you made you swim, like in Boracay and Siargao, or some destination in Palawan, Coron, something like that? Have you been there? Not yet.
No, but I'm hopefully planning on going this week. We have a couple clinics with my coach Luca out here, and I think we might go to Palawan on the 24th.
24th.
I have to double check on that, but I'm planning on traveling a little bit before I leave. I go back to the United States on the 27th, so I'm hoping that I can travel around and see the country and give back to the community as much as I can before I go.
Actually, you know, this is a best. Not actually, you have a lot of time to go to visit again, no, when you have a elastic schedule for your trainings. But definitely, you know, it will be a work um, decision, no, when you are going to visit some places here in the Philippines. But can I ask first, have you been in some, aside from Clark, no, where are the places that you love most here in Philippines?
So sadly, I was in college for a good amount when I was competing for the Philippines over in Berkeley. So I've only been here a couple times, and it's always been at New Clark City. So you've really been there and Makati. So I'm there right now.
In Makati. Wow,
Yeah,
you're near in my station.
I'll come say hi.
Oh, actually, some of my friends and colleagues are watching, no, from our office, no, to see you. How handsome are you? No?
Thank you. I hope I didn't disappoint.
Anyway, you are already 24, right?
Yes.
And turning 25 this December 10. No? And
Yes.
um, do you have any plans for you to also have your family as well? And what year is that for you?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that question?
I mean, do you have some plans also to have your own family? And what do you think? What year is the best, or what age do you think is the best time for you to have your own family?
Whew. Okay, that's a question. I don't know. I really feel like God has a plan for me, and when the right time is there, I'll have a family. My parents have been together since high school, so growing up, I always thought, oh, I'm gonna have one girlfriend and that's it. 'Cause my dad is my mom's only boyfriend ever.
Oh,
And
really?
I always wanted to have that, and I'm 24 and I still don't have it. So I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely want my own family at some point. But I'm very happy with just focusing on myself right now. So that way, later on down the line, I can truly devote all of myself to my family and not just to me. As of right now, I'm being healthily selfish.
Yeah, actually, you know, because your aim, you know, also for to prove that you're a good swimmer, something like that. But I know you can achieve that, and I can feel it. No, that's why I still have a few questions here. No, do you think a person who wants sports like the Olympics will change his or her life? Because I knew some athletes, no, that already won the Olympics and they're still not happy. What do you think is that? Why do you think is that?
I think it depends on the person. I don't think there's a clear-cut answer for that. I know I'm good friends with a couple of U.S. Olympic team gold medalists that were on my team back in Berkeley, and they're all happy, or at least it seems like it. And I know some that aren't very happy because it can really go two different ways. It really depends on who you are. I've seen it make people more hungry for the next goal. I've seen people feel like they can't get anything more. And I have no experience in that. I hope to have that experience one day and give you a better answer. But I just think it depends on the person, and I don't want to speak for anyone else that has accomplished that.
Yes. Anyway, can I ask also your plan for 5 years from now? Because you already finished your courses. Are you planning to have your own business as well? Just like what you said, you're not prepared for making it to make a family. But of course, you are planning to have your own business as well. No? In 5 years from now, what are the plans that you're thinking? 5 years from now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways it could go. I could potentially be swimming for 5 more years. I could potentially stop swimming after a certain amount of years and then get a job. But my dream would definitely be to open up a performance center, kind of like what I'm training under right now in Mission Viejo, having a performance center for athletes of all sports. And
wow, that's good.
Yeah, it helps focus on dry land weights, their sport, and I want a big emphasis on like mental health as well. Definitely like having like sports psychiatrists or therapists, whatever it is, kind of like a one-stop shop for athletes to come to. And they have high performance coaches and resources to help elevate their performance to that next level. And I think that's something that I would love to have, but I do think that I probably need to get a different job at first to help create the funds and save up, so that way I can really create a performance center that is top level. I don't want to do it and have it fail, so I want to make sure that it's ready to succeed. So I think that it probably work for a little bit, and then I want to open up a center. But or I may keep swimming. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
No, actually, it's a good idea, no? One-stop shop, no, for a sport person like you, no? And everything is there, everything that you need, including the way you are. There's a consultant, a therapist, psychiatrist, everything, no? And that is a good thing, no? And they come there, and there's a lot of experts and coaches also that they can ask for assistance or guidance also, no, for their favorite sports. No, not only swimming, that's right?
Yes, like any sport. Obviously, I can only probably do the swimming part, but that's why I want to bring in other coaches and experts to help me out and kind of have a very broad area of expertise for the athletes.
That's good, no? Actually, that's just a good idea. Maybe for those people who wants to help you be start, no? Doing this as earlier that they can, no? Because maybe some people might take this idea as well, no? And put a business just like what you said.
Anyway, as long as it goes to a good cause, I'm happy. So they can take it.
That's a good sport, no? For you. No? Actually, this is a good answer, no, for a person who are definitely, no, it's okay. This is definitely someone can put it up so that people will be able, no, to reach them and help those people who is in need, no? Especially in mental health issues, no? Just like what you said. No? Speaking of mental health issues, can I ask also, during 2020 pandemic time, which is the hardest time for you, no, to decide, no, whatever things that you need to do, no, as an athlete?
Man, that's a tough question. I think 2020 was hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For me personally, I came off of 2019 SEA Games and I had a bad performance, so that kind of snowballed into, rather than getting back in the pool to get better and be better, we had to stop and sit at home, which is, I mean, it was good because I got to spend a lot more time with my friends, and I got to, because as an athlete, I don't really have much free time, and you're kind of forced to have that. But for me, I think 2020 really showed me my hunger for the sport, and I was not very motivated at all, if I'm being honest. 2020 showed me that I was not in love with the sport anymore, and I was ready to step away after my last year, which would be 2021, my senior year in college. So 2020 showed me that I was ready to be done for a little bit. I thought it was going to be done for good, and then I came back last October, but 2020 showed me that I needed to step away, and I'm happy that I did, because now I'm as happy as I could be, and it's showing in the pool too.
Ayan. Actually, no, ito na, sabi ko bigyan kita ng kete. Ito na, meron akong, I will show you some photos, no, of you, no, that like I said it also in PT before when I said I have a friend who will definitely represent our country in swimming, in SEA Games. Do you want to interview? Can you send us photos? And then I give your photo and the record. No, they amazed. It's 23.96 seconds. It's too short, no, for 50 meters. No, and definitely it's hard to get that record, no, and definitely it's a good thing for us to see that record and putting it on SEA Games, no, 2023, no, and I'll play some photos, and can you tell us, actually it's from Clark. I think you're training yesterday. Yesterday, is that right?
Yes, yeah, that was the last day of the meet was yesterday.
Okay. We will just wait for the tech to play it. Ayan, play mo na.
Yep.
Ayan.
I
Ayan.
know that guy.
Yeah, that one, that waving the flag of the Philippines. That's right. You think this
Yes.
is the
Yeah. I know him. I know that guy.
this is the introduction of your trainings. That's right.
That was at the end of the meet after I broke the record. They wanted me to wave the flag.
Oh, wow.
I was
Anyway, no,
very happy.
that's in the sprint of Jared Jason Hatch. New Philippine record, 50-meter butterfly, 23.96 seconds. Oh, that's very, very, that's actually, it's a new sporty, for some people, maybe, maybe, for me, it is a new sporty, but definitely some, I don't know if the coach will allow to, no. That's why, that was that I told you, they don't have the good picture of you. That's why they are asking me the good pictures, during your training, they cannot see your face. You have glasses. Sometimes you have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sadly. That's my favorite. I love that one. That one's awesome.
oh, that was awesome. No? Do you also surf something like that? Do you play surfing as well?
Do I surf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to surf. I try my best. I don't know how good I am at it, but I try my best.
Yeah. And this one was during the training time, right?
Yeah, right before I raced. Yeah, that's me behind the blocks before we started.
Mm.
And that's during warm-ups with the blue cap. I always wear
Yeah.
that in warm-ups. And the white cap is a fast cap, so I wear that when I race.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was right there. As you can tell, I was very tired as I'm gasping for air.
Yeah. You need a lot of air. Now, is this after the
I think this is before because I'm dry. Because I'm dry still.
Yeah.
I think that's before.
Yeah, okay. And I think we have definitely a good chance for us, to see you, in the SEA Games to win a medal, and hopefully, we're crossing a finger to win that medal. That's why I told you that this is a newsworthy, but we need to ask the coach if it's okay to release that because maybe some country might try to break that record as well during the time. But that's what you said, you are not 23.96. You can also beat that seconds maybe sometimes if you are really in a good condition. That's right.
Yeah, that's always the goal. I learned about this meet 10 days prior. So in swimming, that's not a lot of time. During this meet, when I got told about this 2 Mondays ago, I was in the middle of a very hard training block, as we call it. So I had the hardest training of my season so far. So I was really tired. And usually for a meet of this caliber, that's this important, I would probably take like 2-3 weeks to rest, but I had to be ready to go in a matter of a week, and I had to travel 15 hours. I had to fly over 16 different time zones, and I'm just so happy that my training and my consistency really paid off, because if it weren't for that, I don't know how well I would have done at the meet. But luckily I stayed true to myself and I work hard in the pool every day, and luckily I was able to break a record or two. So I was very happy.
I have a last question, and then after that, we'll give you opportunity to promote yourself as well. If you ever meet your 10 years old self, what will you tell to him and why?
Man. So the not so fun answer is I think that I wouldn't tell him anything. I'd like to just watch, knowing what I know now, because I don't think I'd be the person that I am today if I didn't go through what I went through when I was 10 all the way till now. I learned a lot, and I have learned a lot, and I don't know if I would have warned myself about those certain obstacles or circumstances, whatever it may be. I don't know how I'd be today, and I'm pretty proud of the person that I am today. But if I had to tell myself something when I was 10, I'd probably say to focus on making sure that, I know it sounds really repetitive, but take the time to step aside and ask how Jared is doing, not Jared the swimmer. I know I've said that a lot, but I think it's really important for not only myself, but all athletes to make sure that they know that they're more than just a sport. They're more than just the highs and the lows. It's about who they are at heart and how they treat people around them. And I feel like I've always done that. I've always treated people well around me, but I never took the time to make sure that I'm okay. That I always just swam. I took care of everyone else around me. And when I retired, it all just collapsed, and I went into a depression. If I'm being honest, I went into a depression, and it was really tough. But luckily, my friends and family and supporters, they rallied around me, and now I'm doing well. I'm very happy now. And I think that a lot of athletes need to know that. And it's hard because, you know, in life, when you're so successful at something, you want to cling to it. You want to, it makes you feel good. But the second you don't have that, you kind of just take a downfall. And that's what happened to me. But yeah, so sorry. Fun answer. Make sure I would tell my 10-year-old self to make sure that I'm okay.
Good. It's good. No, and definitely you told earlier, no, try to set aside and do yourself as Jared what is doing, and Jared, or not Jared as a swimmer. No, can you differentiate that? Why you said that to me?
Yeah. So it can be like little things, you know, because for me, my personal standpoint, I'd always just go to practice, and I'd come home and I'd play video games, and eat, and then go to school, and then go back to practice, and then just the same thing over and over and over and over again. And then you don't really notice it when you're in the cycle, because, you know, you're just okay. But then once something as big as swimming for me was taken away, I had all this extra time, and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't feel accomplished. I don't feel like I'm serving a purpose. I feel like I'm just a body, like a lifeless corpse. And once I realized more of my purpose and how I love to help out others, and, you know, make sure people around me are feeling cared and loved for, and everyone, I can make the best impact on people that come into my life and the people that I come into their lives. I always want to be a good influence and a good positive addition, if that makes sense. So I think that can be in coaching. I'm coaching now. I'm coaching 13-year-olds over in California, and I have been coaching. And I like to spend time with my family. I like to watch my brother play water polo. And I think that realizing what I like to do outside of swimming really helped me develop who I am as a person and an individual. So that's kind of the difference between Jared the swimmer and then Jared the person.
Yeah, that's a good thing. No? So I was thinking also that maybe Mike as a broadcaster and Mike what he's doing, you know, something like that. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, no? And that's why maybe after this I will try to think about what you have said. No, maybe it's already injected on my mind. No, after you said that. No, that's why I asked you again. Anyway, I'll give you opportunity to share social media. I know there's a lot of people wants to know your social media, to know you better. But guys, I told you, no, he's focused on his path to aiming gold, and I hope some people will not interfere, or maybe you know, batter or something like that. But they will give him more inspiration to win this particular gold for us, no, for our country, no, Philippines. Anyway, can you share your social media so that people might follow you, or not actually stalk, but looking at every time that you are doing, especially on your train. Go ahead, Jared.
So my Instagram is and it's underscore J, the letter J, and then Hatch, HATCH underscore. Or if you just look up my name, Jared Hatch, I'm sure it'll come up. There's not many Jared Hatches out there. So I think that's it. And yeah, so that's my social. And well, yeah, and then what's the other question? Sorry.
No, actually, this is my question. Your social media account. Anyway, is that your only social media account? Only Instagram? You don't have Facebook, Twitter,
I have Facebook and Twitter. I just don't use it as much. You can follow me on there too. It's just Jared Hatch. I'm most active on Instagram.
Instagram, no? So
Yeah.
you can share your photos and update about what you're doing right now. That's
Exactly.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, would you like to thank some people who help you on this, especially your coaches, some people who inspire you, or you are, taking inspiration for you to aim for the goal, no, and to achieve your goals as well. Go ahead, Jared.
Yes. First, I would love to thank my supporters here in the Philippines, my supporters over back home, wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate it. And as I said, I'm working every day to be not only a better version of myself for myself, but a better version of myself for those that rally behind me and want me to go forward in the sport or just in life. So I really appreciate it. I want to thank my family and my friends. I don't know what I'd do without them. They've gotten me through some tough times, and I will never forget that. And I will always be there for them as well. To be more specific, I'd love to thank my mom and my dad. I love them to death. They'll always have my back, no matter what. Whether it's to a fault, they will do anything for me. And my brother Jacob, he's my best friend. I would do anything for him, and he'd do anything for me. And he's been my rock through this. And my coaches, obviously, over in California and over here, thank you so much for believing in me and helping me get to where I am today. I hope to be better every day, as I said. And, I'm very happy with the success, but I'm not satisfied. And that hunger is hopefully going to help not only get me, but the Philippines up to a high level in the sport of swimming.
Anyway, that's good. No, can I ask how old is Jacob is?
Jacob is 20.
20. So definitely that's why you said best friend. You go out together every time you are free?
Yeah, he's in college, so we're a little bit further apart, but we talk a lot, and I always check up on him. He checks up on me, but we do get busy sometimes. But even if we don't speak for a little bit, he's my brother. I'm his brother. We're not going to break that bond. But I love him to death. He's a water polo player, so he's always
Oh.
working too. Yeah. So
Wow.
we're trying to
So
see if one
he's
day
also an
hopefully-
athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. No, I hope
Yeah.
he can also represent our country, no, Philippines, no, soon.
Hope
No?
so.
Hope so. Anyway, thank you very much for that. But before we go, no, we still have don't left yet. We still have a report, no, from 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗿𝗀, Prestitito Microfinance, no, Incorporated ng Laguna at Quezon, nakatanggap ng parangal. Pakinggan natin report ni Sir 𝗟𝗏. Sir 𝗟, magandang hapon po.
Ginawaran ng 3rd Southeast Asian International Achievement Award ang 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗍 Microfinance Incorporated bilang Most Exceptional Woman and Business Leader of the Year 2022 na mismong may-ari na si Misa Esperanza Rivera Jauregue na siyang CEO and founder ang personal na tumanggap ng parangal kagabi, araw ng Linggo, Pebrero 19 taong 2023. Ginanap ang naturang aktibidad sa Manila Grand Opera Hotel sa Metro Manila na kabilang rin sa tumanggap ng parangal si Frederick Zelda birang a man of influence and most innovative business leader of the year 2022 na siyang Vice President and Operation Director ng kanilang kumpanya. Bilang patunay ito na matatag ang kanilang negosyo na hinahangaan ng mga customers ang kanilang maayos at magandang serbisyo. Iba't ibang negosyo ang kanilang kumpanya, kabilang na dito microfinance o pagpapahiram ng puhunan, restaurants, minimart, APMI glass aluminum na matatagpuan nito sa lalawigan ng Laguna, partikular na sa bayan ng Santa Maria, Mabitac, Fami, Siniluan at ganoon din sa probinsya ng Rizal sa bahagi ng Tanay at Pililla, Rizal. At ganoon din ang sikat na Esperanza Restaurant na matatagpuan sa The Little Baguio of the South sa bayan ng Real at sa Infanta sa mismong bayan. Ayon kay Jauregue, may mga benefits din ang kanilang negosyo sa microfinance pagdating sa life and non-life insurance. Ikinatuwa ni Jauregue ang naturang parangal dahil malaking tulong ito sa kanilang negosyo na kinilala sa larangan ng kalakalan at ekonomiya na napabilang sila sa mga awardee. Present din si Ms. Maribel Marquez, Pangulo ng Magbufa, na binigyan din ng parangal bilang Good Samaritan of the Year 2022. Mula sa lalawigan ng Quezon, ako si JR Narit nag-uulat sa DCRJ 18am ang radyo, Bandido TV.
Maraming salamat, Sir JR. Anyway, before we left, no, we would like to thank her mom, no, Jelani, that's right? That's
Jelani, yes.
Jelani, no, Hatch, no. Hi, ma'am. I hope you're doing well. She can understand Tagalog, no. Mabuhay
Yes.
po kayo, ma'am. And I hope,
Yes.
I hope, no, maraming salamat for giving us opportunity to know better your only your son, no, who will represent our country in next SEA Games, no, in Cambodia. So I hope everyone will watch him, no, Jared Hatch in Cambodia this coming May. That's right.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, this coming May. And I'm so excited to watch this, and I hope I can cover it also in Cambodia. Maybe some of our SEA Games tawag dito, agency will reach us as well, no? Because I already covered last SEA Games, the 2019 SEA Games in the Philippines, and they also invite me in the next SEA Games, that's like Myanmar, that's right?
I'm not sure. Wait, you said the next SEA Games? That's in 2025.
The 2025.
Yes.
No? We will just ask. No? Anyway, thank you very much, Jared, and I hope you enjoy our program. Maybe I'll set you another interview with another station. Maybe I can help you out. Actually, my friends talking to me, so you are so handsome, and they want you to also, they're preparing an interview with you. Maybe next week, you're free. But via Zoom, if it's okay with you.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Jared. And
Thank you so much for your time.
And to all the people who watch us, thank you very much. Susunod na programang Kontra Birada ni Atty. Panelo. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon po sa inyo. Abangan niyo po kami sa Miyerkules, sa ganap na alas 12, galauna ng hapon. Dito lang sa DCRJ 18am, ang Radyo Bandido TV. Thank you very much, Jared. And keep safe, everyone.